Hello everybody, my name is Level Jr. and I am here with two rising drum and bass pioneers who, in words of Bensley, are the next generation. Yes, I know you said that is going to be narcissistic, but it's true, okay?
I didn't say it about him.
Well, here's the thing. Both of you are the next generation. We have Bensley and Justin Hawks. And what we're going to ask, before I start anything, do I talk about the F4 or I don't? I'm sure you want me to talk about the F4.
Forbes?
The Flite word?
Oh,
well, we can definitely say Flite, I think, was an amazing project throughout so much of my career in life. And I think it's, you know, I deeply respect the work that I've done with Flite and I feel good about it. So
okay.
Yeah,
it's just that I want to make sure I don't touch on very deep things. I know that was quite a
oh, it's okay. It was tumultuous, but you know what? We're in a great place. So I think with all the work I did as Flite, like where we're at now with Justin Hawks, like it's, you know, it just exists forever. So
right.
I feel great about it.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I got that out of the way. But the first things first is that these are two people who are going to be going back to back, not just for tonight, which is them opening for Brownies and Lemonade North America DC night in Echo Stage. Not only that, but they're going to be back to back in a lot more other places. So not just here, but I think in Forbidden Kingdom and EC, Las Vegas.
Yeah. I'm
just curious to know, with two people like you who have done quite a lot in the drum bass community, where you guys gonna possibly do to bounce off on one another, really make sure you guys have that synergy with one another.
we have spent a lot of time seeing which of our tunes work best together. Our styles really complement each other, which is really good when it comes to doing a back-to-back set. You know, we can sort of plan out certain key moments that include both of our works, and then improvise in between that with just whatever songs that each of us is feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
And we share pretty similar tastes, so it's
totally. Taste-wise, I feel really great about where we're at as a back-to-back, which is really nice because it's special to find somebody who you can really trust as a selector, you know, and surprises you, because you certainly do. It's really fun when we can get that kind of fun in the moment, oh god, here he goes. So it's always good. I mean, yeah, I feel great about our cohesion here, so it should be fun.
That's amazing. So speaking of the guys have a similar taste, so this kind of begs the question: Bensley, favorite song from Justin?
I would say off his new album, it's Never After.
Never After.
Or Heliocycle.
I believe that's track 6, I believe, or track 7.
I think it's track 7, Never After.
Okay. And Justin, favorite song from Bensley?
Oh man, it's too late to make, but I'd say lately it's probably, oh my gosh, Never Enough. Never Enough is so
Never
delicious.
After and Never Enough.
Oh yeah, it's delicious. Yeah.
That is amazing. I had to put it on the spot because again, if you guys gonna have a synergy on back to back, you guys gotta know the discography of one another, and at the very least to make sure that
we both have a lot of music. I mean, we're both
right. I mean, you both kind of started everything skyrocketed everything in 2015.
Yeah.
I mean, we have you with Fandango on your first album, which is Next Generation, and of course we have you with the I can't pronounce it correctly. Liquidity. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
The Liquidity song in 2015. I think I still remember, but colorless. But it was the song "We Are One" that was my introduction to you. So again, my introduction to both Bensley and Justin Hawks was, of course, both from Monstercat. So yours was "We Are One" when you were Flite, and of course yours was "All Night" and "Fade Away" and "Fade Out." I believe that was on Monstercat. So it makes you, maybe you guys have something to say about that, maybe not. Why choose Monstercat to further your guys' careers? What was it about that label that made you guys say, let's release on a few songs from there?
Sure, yeah. I think Monstercat has a great hold on American audiences, and that being some, just an obvious part of where we are in North America. Him in Toronto, me currently in Austin. We wanted to connect with American audiences. I certainly did, and a lot of that is online. A lot of the infrastructure of the Monstercat team is really, really in depth. They coincide a lot with gaming, which is great. Something I love. It's led to a Rocket League collab for me, and in general, it's unlocked a lot of audience. What about you?
I would add to that by saying that I've just also been like friends with the guys at the label for a long time. While I was exclusive with Ram, we were talking with the Monstercat guys, and I think like, you know, playing Rocket League with them in the evenings and stuff. So like it was kind of refreshing to work on a professional level with people who I also just like get on with really well, and like we see eye to eye on things because we're pretty much the same generation.
Yeah, totally.
That's amazing to hear. So again, I believe Ram was like almost like, I think Ram and Monstercat kind of came out in the same year, like 2011, right? That's when it kind of started really popping off.
Ram Records?
If I'm not mistaken, because
Ram's been around for a long time, but there was certainly a lot of activity around 2011 for sure.
Right, because I just know that 2011 was like the start of Monstercat, and Ram Records, I don't know if they're like, you know, they had 2 years in already, but all I know is that for Ram Records, they like picked you up immediately. I mean, let's be honest, all you did was, again, like I heard before, it takes a lot, it's kind of saying something. You just put out a few demos, have one of the leaders, Andy C, just hear it, love it, and you know what? We gotta get him before anyone else gets him. Put him in these festivals, put him in these things here. It's absolutely amazing to see, and I have to ask, like, for you to know to play like those types of like big shows and people that really, you know, show people your work at such a young age, and it felt almost like a whirlwind in my words. So how did it feel for you?
I had like terrible stage fright at first. It took a long time to get over that. I was like brand new to DJing when I did my first shows, so I'd be lying if I said all the shows went smoothly at the beginning. It took a while to like find my stride and really start feeling comfortable on stage, and also just like reading feedback online was something I had to come to terms with.
So
it's not always positive.
So pretty much like when you really start like, you know, in 2015, 2016 playing shows, stuff like that, these moments, like you still cherish those moments right in the past, right? Like you still made you who you are.
I have a lot of nostalgia.
But the pictures say one thing, and the person inside says something different, because something like this, maybe it wasn't the best of memories. Yeah, I scroll all the way to the end.
I think that was a good memory actually, because
that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, you were hanging out with Cam and Crook.
They were my heroes.
But the one thing I have to ask is this.
They are my heroes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I have to ask this as well. Do you still visit No Frills till this day?
Sometimes, yeah. I still know some of the people in there.
Like you said, you might miss the place, but you had bigger things on the horizon. And again, like, I think these big things are kind of coming to fruition and maybe go so much more. But the one thing I want to ask is this, which is, I feel like both of you have a mission when it comes to drum and bass. So I feel like the mission you guys have is that you're trying to really expand drum and bass to the people, like really want them to really understand, feel, and real. I feel like I'll put it this way: you want us to eat, sleep, rave, repeat drum and bass. So what is But here's the thing: what is it about drum and bass that like both of you guys like say, you know what? This is genre I want to focus on. This genre I want to exemplify and like put my own spin on it, so we're going to show people that this is a genre that's not going anywhere and it's not going to die.
I mean, there's just so much to that, because I mean, drum and bass, like, it's now a 30-year-old genre over every continent except Antarctica. There's probably been drum and bass there too. Like, you know, we have just such an incredible reach as a genre that's integrated all these world sounds and interesting vibes. Like, it's just a testament to how diverse and interesting the format is, right? And I think
so much with it.
Exactly. And
I would have done more a long time ago if it wasn't for just how much you can do with it.
Exactly.
And I think that just given how many different styles you can incorporate into this loose structure we call a genre, I feel like there is a type of drum bass for anyone. You know? There's an entry point for everyone.
Truly.
So we're basically saying that with drum and bass, like it's not just simply drum and bass.
Yeah.
There's like a Venn diagram for it. So of course people always say, like, no,
there's a hugely complicated underbelly of music that fits within drum and bass. And I think that is my mission, is displaying that drum and bass is just this beautiful art form that is full of just variety and color that other genres, you know, I don't feel as strongly have. So I'm really proud of this one. that's why I want to share it.
That's amazing to hear, but are you sure? Are you still trying your best, like really push the boundaries? So like, let's say like you've done like different types of like liquid drum and bass and all types of drum and bass. Heck, even you did country drum and bass with your family. That was absolutely amazing in your album. Again,
Thanks.
I'll say to you here right now. The song "Better" was again
Better Than Gold.
Better Than Gold with your father and your grandpa. That was absolutely amazing to hear. So happy it had such a huge impact on you. So happy it's finally out and people are absolutely loving it. Again, I don't know why when I was reading your interviews that you said like you were very scared to like show this, because I understand there's a lot of people like eyes on you and I think like really country and drum and bass to really put it together. I get it, but I wish I was there to like tell you, guess what? Guess who else got booed off and laughed at for a combination of music that didn't like? Avicii.
Yeah.
Did you not know? You remember the reaction 100%. When people played "Wake Me Up" out there,
yeah,
and everyone hated it?
Yeah, it's different. People have a tough time processing that, but that's what I think is so important about this music, is that anything, every single year can be different and interesting with this type of music. So that's why, I mean, I ultimately did that. You know, it's just because I can. Like, which was just fun. So that's all I cared about.
And as for you, Bensley, like you also decided, like not really just put yourself in just a box of drum and bass. You also wanted to expand yourself in other genres as well, or maybe blend certain genres together, which led you to your Cascade EP on Deadbeats. How did it feel to make that? And was it kind of like a out of space type of experience, like making something that was like different what you were making?
It was really freeing, just to see just what I was capable of if I didn't put any restrictions on myself. I ended up with like the title track of that EP. I still don't know what genre to call it. So that was like a really satisfying self-discovery, that I'm capable of doing something I can't even categorize.
Right.
And it's also like weave it in with drum and bass. I was really proud of that EP. And, yeah, I think that beat was like the best place to release it as well. They were super passionate when they were pushing it.
That is amazing to hear. And also, I just want to mention this as well, which is pretty much the people you also like work with and collaborate with. So let's say, for example, I know a big deal of the song that you made was, I believe it's called Arbiter with Paven, yeah. Paven, and I know how much like a big deal is. Like that's kind of lower. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. I'm really making a song like this. That's absolutely amazing. And of course, with you have your works, your certain songs with Skyelle, which is absolutely freaking amazing. I had the honor to meet her. I could not believe with my own two eyes, because she's someone who I've been listening to for years. Like when it comes to you that you work with, like is it like harder piece to find people to like really elevate a song like for your work? Because for you, I think with your recent song "All I Need," I believe with Skyelle, you want to add something more darker, something more deeper, and she was the perfect person to go to. And Paven, for you, for Arbiter, you listened to him for years, and for you to have him on a track was like a dream come true.
And dude, he was just so easy and awesome to work with. He just literally, within a night, just went boom. He got really inspired and laid down an amazing couple bars and sent it to me the next day. We just had a great little Zoom call and hung out. And suddenly we had like a sick tune going. So he was just a delight to work with.
That's amazing. And with you and Skyelle?
Yeah, I mean, she's like, she's the best vocalist I've ever worked with. She's just a professional through and through. And it's why I wanted to work with her again. Like, it's just, I can send her any instrumental and she'll make magic with it. And I don't know, I can't say enough nice things about her as a person and a creator. So, I would do it again easily.
That is amazing to hear, and I'm so happy that you guys made so many amazing songs together. And again, I'm so happy that Skyelle's getting her flowers at long last. She's such an amazing vocalist. And Paven, I had to mention him because my introduction to him was through the song "The Warehouse" with Muzz, with him in Miss Trouble. That was absolutely freaking incredible, and I had no idea how big of a name, like how big of a following he has until I listened to that song, and of course Arbiter. That's amazing to hear. So I have to ask, since you guys are going to continue on making drum and bass and I'm really trying to expand it out to the world, what's next for you two? Besides playing drum and bass in Antarctica.
I think we got a little something going on.
Yeah, maybe a little Justin and Bensley studio action.
Yeah, we got some studio action happening. So.
Oh my gosh! Don't tell me it's a Bensley and Justin Hawks EP coming. I'm sorry.
We're trying things out.
I'm sorry. When you say a little like no Bensley and Justin like song studio action, I think to myself, okay, if there's a little something, then okay, maybe an EP. If we're talking something big, and it's like, oh my god, an album.
That's a little far, but we can maybe if it turns into something really good.
Well, like you said, Bensley, like the first time you have to make your album, narrow it down to 10. So that could be the magic number.
Yeah, we might start with 10 and narrow it down to 1 just to begin.
Or do that. I mean, hey, I'll take
right.
one.
Yeah.
One is better than nothing. But I just know that there are big things coming for both of you guys, and of course, not only for your journey, but also I have to mention, of course, quickly, Core Artist, which I believe is like your own like label with a few of your friends as well.
Yeah, it's basically like a management group. It's something we're trying to work on that's conquering a new niche, and yeah, it's been good. I'm working with my manager, Savvy Sadler.
Love you, Savvy! Thank you for setting this up! I give my love to the managers too, because they are just as important. So I love you, Savvy. I love you, Maria. I love you all so much. Just continue.
Yeah, no, I was just saying we're doing good work, and we're going to keep doing that. So.
That's amazing. So quickly, I have to ask this question now, since that's the management group. Are there any people you're thinking you might want to assign on there, or like people who are listening to in the drum bass world, but you want to like see them have the spotlight? I mean, you mentioned Bensley, you mentioned Box Plot, so who else?
I'm really hoping for
Sub Focus is gonna blow up.
Yeah, that guy's he needs some
Sub Focus.
I think he's just so underrated. I think he needs more.
Really? He's
an absolute legend. So I was joking, but yeah, no, love his album. His upcoming album is like incredible. He's just such a great dude to be around as well. So for real, Echo Brown out of North Carolina, Winslow, Bell, just like thinking just off the top of my head, like really great American producers. I think Polaris up in Toronto. There's so many. I could go on for days about that, but
well, we don't have the time because our friend is here.
Yeah.
But again, I hope to see Core Artists blow up. I hope to see maybe Bensley a feature on board as well, because it's absolutely incredible too. But again, the back-to-backs in Forbidden Kingdom, and for tonight, I can hardly wait to see the magic you guys make. And I thank you all so much for watching and seeing. I'm gonna say it right here right now, Bensley, Justin Hawks. Remember the names; they're absolutely amazing. And thanks so much, guys. 184. Bringing them here because it's going to be an absolutely amazing night. So thanks so much for watching. This is Junior and Justin Hawks, Bensley signing out. I love you all so much.